Hello again, everybody. This is Derek, and I'm coming at you with another Wargaming and miniature video. In today's video, we're going to continue on with our What's in the Box series. And in today's What's in the Box, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at a Flames of War Bofors Light AA Troop. This is a 40 millimeter anti-aircraft gun with crew, and it's for the British late war. We're going to go ahead and open this up. We're going to take a look at it, but first I need to remove the plastic from the box so we can kind of take a look at the back of the box without the glare. All right, so this is the back of the box. Now, something I noticed that, which is different than almost every other gun that I possess, is that the gun is oriented off of the side of the base and not like down the length of the base. Like my anti-tank guns and artillery pieces are oriented this way, where maybe this is the case with all flak, but it's actually facing that way. And that might be a specific Flames of War rule. I don't subscribe to those rules because I don't play Flames of War, but I can base it either way because I'm playing battle group, and there's no real basing convention other than it's a man-to-man game. So technically, if I was playing in 172nd, I would have the gun base, and then I would have a number of crew, possibly 3 individually based crew members that I would just put beside the gun. And then, but in Flames of War and in my personal 15 millimeter collection, I will attach figures directly to the base just for ease of movement and everything else. Okay, so it looks like it also comes with some basing accessories. Normally what that means is when you get your base assembled, you might put a box or two on the base itself just to give it a little extra, just a little extra appeal, or make it look more like a diorama or a vignette. But as you know, if you watch any of my other like my World War II project update, I comment about how I make my loader teams. I know I'm getting a little bit off of the what's in the box, but loader teams, what I do is I take items like this, like these additional boxes and barrels and crates and things like that, and I will put them on a loader team base to give that base more of a supply dump feel. All right, so let's go ahead and open this up and see exactly what we get in this Bofors Light AA box. Okay, we got a Ziploc for sure. Okay, the Ziploc has 3 sprues of crew, and the sprues each have 4 men on it. 2 of them are seated, and 2 of them are standing. One guy's got binoculars, and he's looking kind of up at a 45-degree angle. And then another guy is carrying a clip of 40 millimeter rounds. And then the other 2 guys are probably mounted directly on the gun itself. Of course, I'm guessing because I don't know. There is some bubble wrap in here to keep everything nice and snug in the box. Okay, set that off to the side. There is a little bit of an assembly guide here, but there's no crew on this assembly guide. Okay, so here are the 3 guns, right? Those are the 3 sprues for the guns. Let's set those off to the side, and what we'll do is we'll do a close-up on one of these. You get a base, 3 large bases with enough plugs to hide. Okay, there's Yep, there's 3 sprues of plugs. So you get basically 4 plugs per base. So there's enough plugs to cover all the holes except for the 2 guys that are standing. And if the other 2 are attached to the gun, you don't need them plugged into the base. So yeah, that's going to make these bases look really good. That's nice. We're going to get a card. This is not in their traditional sticky plastic. This is actually in a Ziploc bag, which I'm going to tell you, Battle Group, I really appreciate that because I can always use these for parts and pieces and stuff. There is something that maybe in their 5th edition, because right now they're in 4th edition. In 5th edition, they're going to have to fix this. I should probably get on their forums or basically just report it. I haven't done that. I don't feel I need to because I really don't care. But whenever you get a faction card like this, you'll see the outer edge will either have like the American flag or the German flag, or in this case, the British flag. That's fine. And in the corners, there's usually roundels or crosses or stars or something like that. Well, this is a roundel, but it's not British, right? It's got a blue outer ring and the white dot in the middle. Does anybody out there know what roundel that is? Now, when I put this video up, I'm going to verify this because I don't want to sound stupid. So if I'm wrong, I'll put a note up on the screen saying that I'm wrong. Okay, there's not a whole lot of lines because there's not a whole lot of meat and potatoes, right? You got one gun, it blasts people. Okay, now on the picture, the photograph, it shows a guy sitting on the left and right side of the gun. Yep, on this photo, you can see a guy sitting on the left and right side. You got a loader standing in the back, and then you got this guy with the binos looking up. Okay, that's what I figured. Says you can get 3 guns like this, or 6 guns, and the points are either 4 or 8. Okay. It's got a gun shield. It's considered a large gun. Oh, can't be placed in a building. Use full rate of fire when firing at aircraft. I guess you don't use the full rate of fire when firing at infantry. Rate of fire. Halted, moving, 3 or 2. So you don't use 3 or 2 when shooting at infantry or tanks? Or do you just use the firepower number? I don't know. I don't know how flames will work. I am not up to speed. Okay. But yes, you get 1 card, the Bofors Light AA Troop. You get 3 sprues with crews. Okay, and I should, because we're going to do a close-up, I'm going to pull one of these sprues out. And they're all exactly the same. And these sprues are all the same. Let's take a close look at this. Okay, you got your little quad base. You get a sealed box and an open box with loose shells in it, it looks like. You're going to have a base plate that sits on there that spins. Not sure about that piece. Okay. So you got a gun which is detailed on the left side, but it's flat and no detail on the right. And you glue this thing. That adds the detail to both sides of the gun. The gun has a pin, and that pin okay, it looks like it's going to glue right on there, which if you the gun cannot be, the elevation can't be set. It's fixed. It's going to be firing up at about a 30-degree angle. Then you got your gun shield right here, and then some kind of spotting elevation optical piece right there. I'm not sure where that would go. Yeah, it just glues on the top of the gun. But it doesn't show where the crew go. There is kind of a flat plate and foot rests, and there's a little bump right there. And I wonder if the seated crews, they've got like a little C, like a little what you call it? Not a hole. It's like a little C raised area, and it looks like that would go. It makes it easy for you to decide where to put it. Okay, let me adjust the camera. Let me zoom in. Let me show you exactly what you're getting. Okay, let's look at the crew first. Hopefully I got this focus set pretty good. Pretty good. All right, you got your commander there with his binos looking up. Now this is the soft ABS plastic. Little bit of flash between the legs. Little X-Acto knife action will take care of that. You got your loader there holding a clip of rounds. Right, looks like a 4-round clip. That's right, I called it a clip because it's not a magazine. And, oh, wait. The top of the helmet looks like it needs to be cleaned a little bit because that one line that's on the top of that helmet is not supposed to be there. That's a mold line. Okay, and then you got these two guys, one on the left, one on the right. They're in chairs. You can see the chair, and you can see those little spots on the bottom of the chair where the base plate of the artillery piece you can see. Okay, so now let's look at the sprue. The sprue is called the Bofors AA gun. Right, that's what it's called. Bofors AA gun 2020. Okay, first things first, the base, right? You get this 4-legged, it's very even, unlike the 88, German 88 is kind of, has a long leg and 2 side short legs. These are the 2 boxes. You got a sealed box, and then you got an open box with shells inside. That's the opposite side of the gun. That you can see there's a hole there that this would mount into. The gun is got a set elevation. It's not, you don't set it at any, there's no variety there. And then on the top of the gun, you can see there's kind of like a little box slot right there. That's where this would glue into, and those are like aiming sights for the 2 crew members on the side. Let's find the base plate. This is the base plate right here. The bottom of it is got a big round circle that fits into your circle right there. But the top of it, you can see on each side, it's got this little nub that sticks up. That goes into the butt of the chair, and then their feet rest on these little foot pads or foot pedals right there. And then there's the gun shield in the front of it. Okay, so that's what you get when you're looking at the Bofors Light AA troop. So this is pretty straightforward. You get your 3 guns, all 3 crew, all 3 guns are identical. You get the 3 bases and enough plugs to plug every single other available hole. If you want to save plugs for other projects, you could always maybe put putty in some of these, or not worry about it, and just when you go to base it, just make sure you put like a bush or a lot of grass in them. Yeah, there's lots of ways to disguise imperfections on a base. But plugs are excellent. It basically makes the base completely flat, because you'll notice that these figures here have round bases of their own, and those fit perfectly down inside these round holes, which basically makes the base completely flat. All right, well, I will catch you in the next video.